Hey there, YouTubers. This is a 2003 Toyota Tundra, and what I'm going to be doing is changing the receiver dryer. Here's the new one right here. It's got these inlet and outlet marked, so that makes it easy. When you install this, before you hook up these lines, you're supposed to put in, it says 0.7 cc or 0.7 of an ounce, 7/10 of an ounce of the right PAG oil for this into the outlet side, which would be the one in the center. And these look the same, so that's not a problem. Just have two 10mm nuts here on the top. Take these lines off. There's a bracket here that holds it in right there. 10mm also, and then there's a 10mm on this clamp that goes around it. I'm not going to show actually taking the thing off because it looks really simple. I don't think it could get much easier than this. It's right here in the front. Access is great. Shouldn't be a problem. So when I get it off, I'll show you how everything went, and I'll tell you if there were any problems. As you can see, here's the unit right here. It came off relatively easily. I just took off the mounting 10mm mounting bolt right there, left this clamp on, and I'll do that while it's out. I just had to get a screwdriver underneath these lines because they go down quite a ways and they didn't want to just pull out, so just got a screwdriver under, real easy, and just pried them up a little bit and they came right off. The other thing to mention too is before you do this, you know you have to get rid of all the R134 that's in there. All the refrigerant has to be evacuated. Even though it's supposed to be friendly to the environment, you're supposed to go somewhere and have somebody pull this stuff out. You're not supposed to just let it go out yourself. So that's it. Here's the lines here. This is the high pressure also. And this is a low pressure right here, so this is where you fill it up at. Hey, one other thing is these O-rings here should be replaced, and this receiver dryer comes with 2 replacements. So I'm going to do that and make sure these are cleaned and have PAG oil on them, and that's about it. And I'll be back later to show it complete, and then I'll have to evacuate the system in order to refill it. Well, according to the books, this thing takes PAG 46 oil. And I already have some of that here, so I'll measure it out now. It says 20 cc's or 0.7 ounce of PAG oil. I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 ounce because this truck is, gosh, 03, so, it's probably lost some of the oil in the system there. It's not going to hurt to have a little bit extra if it is extra. In fact, it may even need a little bit more than, see, that'll be 0.3 ounce over what they recommend. So that should be good. Now, if you want to, you can measure it through cc's, 20 cc's, or you can weigh it. I use this little scale here for an ounce. Set it for an ounce right now. Just put this on there. Reset it. And then I can pour an ounce in here. Okay, that's 1.3 right there. A little bit over, so I'll take some of that out and come back and show you how to put it in the receiver. What I do is take the tip off, the needle here, take it off, and then you can just suck this stuff up real easy. And this will go right in. Said in the instructions, put it in the center one, which is the out. If you have the needle on there, it's terrible. It's very slow. So it looks like quite a bit of oil. It's just 1 ounce. Which is about 3/4 of this container here, which is 2 ounces. Less than, I mean, this is a 1/4 cup. So it should be about half, a little over half. Okay, that's it. Now I'm just going to hook it all back up and oil up the O-rings. Tighten everything up, and then I'm going to have to evacuate the system and then recharge it. Okay, this is all set up now to vacuum out the system. I want to do it for at least half hour. Some guys only do it 20 minutes, but half hour, 45 minutes is what's recommended. The blue line goes on the low pressure side right there. Gauge is up there. High pressure right here. And the yellow line hooks right into your vacuum pump right here. Okay, watch your clock, set your time. Check up here and make sure you're pulling a vacuum. It should peg out both of these, I mean, fairly quickly. Which they are already. They're both pegged to the minus. Okay, I'll come back a little bit later when this is all finished vacuuming. And when I shut it off, I want to make sure it holds a vacuum for at least 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, half hour. Everybody has different opinions, but... Okay, one other thing before I take off here is, you can see right there on the vacuum pump, a little bit of steam's coming out. That's moisture. Some people think it's smoke, like their machine's smoking, but it's the machine pulling out condensation from inside the system. Initially there should be some, but after a while it's probably going to be all gone, and then it will just continue to trying to get every last little morsel of condensation out of there. This vacuum pump has been running for about 35 minutes now. As you can see, there's no more steam coming out. I mean, that stopped a long time ago, I'd say after about 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is close off both of these valves up here. And then I'll shut off the vacuum pump and then see if this thing maintains a negative vacuum. So I'll let this go for about 10 minutes, come back and check it and see how it looks. It's been 15 minutes now, and the pump's been shut off, so I came back, checked it. It's holding negative pressure all the way up against the pegs, both gauges. So I'm ready to put the Freon in, the 134. There's the can right there. It's all set up. When I attach that little valve on the top, make sure that that thing is fully open. Because when you close it, when you tighten it down, it punctures that can. And you don't want that stuff coming out until you've got that hooked up. So I still have to, I'm going to tighten that up, puncture it. That'll release the Freon into the system. According to the internet, this takes 22 ounces of R134A, which isn't very much. You know, I always used to think that the cars had quite a bit of Freon in them, or refrigerant, but it's really not the case. Most cars have like anywhere from 2 to 3, some maybe 4, the bigger cars. But that's it. And there's only 12 ounces in a can. So that's a little bit less than 2 cans. I'm just going to eyeball the last can, hold back a little bit, and that'll be close enough. Okay, I'm closing this valve down, so that's going to open this up. Should see the gauge move a little bit. Got a problem with this hose leaking a little bit here. Don't know why. Something's leaking. Alright, shut this off. I got a problem with that. It's leaking.